Hi, everybody. Welcome to Embracing Aging. Today, I thought I'd talk about something that came out of my video about what we can do to minimize our risk of dementia. And that was, well, one of the things. There were several things, but the one I'm going to talk about today is about the workplace and sort of toxicity and how we relate to our colleagues as we get older. Um, for me, it's really it brought up a lot of memories about when I was working and my particularly the last 3 years of my working life in a corporate environment. And I was the oldest person in my team. My boss was, well, she could have been my daughter. And, sometimes it's really difficult when you've been doing a job for many years and you get some young graduate in, sort of fresh out of university or fresh out of college, and they try and reinvent the wheel, and they, without talking to the people who've been doing the job forever. I'm not saying we can't learn from younger people, because we definitely can, and I think it's important that we do that we keep an open mind. But it is very difficult when you're working to and you can see people making mistakes, and there's nothing you can do, because that's like, that's what they've been told to do by their managers or whatever. There is no kind of room for maneuver, and they just kind of look at you as though, what do they know, that old lady in the corner, or that old guy in the corner. um, and I think that's why I say it's important to keep up with technology as well, because if we don't, we're definitely going to be left behind. But the way I cope with it was really just to look upon it as a means to an end. I, we had an annual appraisal where we had to say what our goals were for the next year and what we wanted to do. And I didn't want to do anything. I was just cruising until I could retire. And you know what? I was quite frank with my boss, and I said, I don't have any career aspirations. I've done what I wanted to do. All I want to do is basically, all I wanted to do was go to work, come home at the end of the day, not have to worry about it, and and have an easy life, really. And actually, that's what I did. And I did think about retiring and returning. And then I was sitting in a meeting one day, and I thought, you know what? I really don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to sit there and listen to all these crap and the political maneuvering and everything. And I just thought, I'm not doing it anymore. You know what? I'll find a way. It's, I might have lost a bit of money, a bit of income, but I'm much happier because I'm doing what I like doing, and it's opened doors for me, actually, retiring. I've got more time to do the things that I love doing. So I would say that if you're in a toxic work environment, I think just look upon it, try and look upon it as a means to an end. All you do therefore is to get your salary. I couldn't have cared less if they fired me. I don't think they would have done, because then I would have payout redundancy pay and what have you. But I really wasn't bothered. I was just past caring, just so long as my colleagues were pleasant, which they were. I did have nice colleagues, to be fair. Um, but I think if you really, if you're hanging on because you're scared of losing your pension, or something like that, I think just be careful, to kind of have the mindset that, what, this is only going to be another, you know 2 years or 6 months or however long it is, and just think about, plan for what you're going to do when you can leave. And if you get the opportunity to leave sooner, I would advise it. My husband's still working. He's nearly 70, and he's still working part-time, but he's so ready to leave now. He's so tired of, like, 25-year-olds coming in and trying to reinvent everything that he's been doing the job for 12 years now, part-time job, since he retired officially. And they're making huge mistakes, but they don't want to know. So yeah, just look upon it as a means to an end, and enjoy it. Just go there, think at the end of the day, you're getting a salary. That's the reason you're going to work. So yeah, I'd just say let go of it. Don't worry about it. And especially if they're younger than you, just, you know what, we know that we're wiser. We know that we've got those years of experience. They're going to make mistakes, and that's the only way they're going to learn anyway, isn't it? So, yeah, I just thought I'd talk about that. The other thing that came up was about meeting people. In my next video, I'm going to talk about that because I think that's also important, and I think it's quite difficult, isn't it, as you get older to, um, go meet somebody if you're not in a relationship and you want to be in one. Where do you go and look apart from the internet? It's really challenging. So I'm going to talk about that in my next video. And the other thing that came up, believe it or not, is about cat relaxation. And that's a whole other story, but I will tell you about that. I'm just waiting for some feedback. So once I get feedback about that, I will tell you about that as well. But I love your comments, and this is what generates, it sort of sparks a subject for discussion for me. So I love it. Please, please leave a comment below, and give me a thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't. And I look forward to talking to you again. Take care. Bye.